Okay, so welcome to Unit 1 of your Competence Certificate. So we're going to be looking at Learning Outcome 1, which asks you to demonstrate some knowledge-based questions. So within this recording, I'm going to give you an idea about how to write or record your evidence for this knowledge-based question, along with some hints and tips on further reading, further videos, which will help you support your writing within this particular learning outcome. Now, if we have a look at Learning Outcome 1 and AC 1.1, so this is the first criteria, it's asking you to evaluate a range of strategic models. Now, first of all, think about what the question's asking you to do. It's asking you to evaluate. So I'm looking for some really good evaluation skills to be put into your work. Tell me what you like, tell me what you don't like, what could be improved. Add your own thoughts and opinions into it. Remember, we're looking for some really detailed critical writing in here because it is to a level 5 standard. Now, it's asking you to evaluate a range of strategic models. So a strategic model that you could evaluate could be PESTLE. Now, this obviously looks at the political, social, technological, economical elements which you could do. That might come in handy as well because in the next AC 1.2, we're going to come back onto that as well, so you could combine the questions. But you could look at other strategic models to evaluate as well, such as goal-based or scenario-based planning. So let's just say you want to evaluate scenario-based planning. So tell me what's good about it. The fact that you're trying to predict something, the fact that you're preparing and planning. But what are the negatives on it? The fact that the event's not occurred yet, so the information that you might not have might not be as accurate as you want it to be. What could be your improvements on it? Tell me what you think you would do as a manager to improve that. So, that's a really good range of evaluation. So that's what you're thinking of. Evaluate strategic business models. So you could have PESTLE, you could evaluate scenario-based planning, goal-based planning. That's the type of content that I'm looking for in this particular question. Now, moving on to AC 1.2, it's asking you to evaluate the advantages and limitations of a range of analytical techniques. Now, this is a really good question where you can use PESTLE, so the political, economical, social, technological, environmental, and you could also evaluate SWOT, so the strengths, the weaknesses, the opportunities, and the threats. They are two great ways of doing some analytical work. Remembering SWOT's looking at internal factors and PESTLE is looking at external factors. So tell me the advantages and the limitations of these two pieces. Now, you could even add more in there as well. Porter's 5 Forces, for example, is an excellent business model which looks at the factors in the current marketplace in which you're working. You could add various other factors in there. But what I'm saying is we need to think of the advantages and the limitations. So tell me what works well, what doesn't work well, and add a conclusion in at the end of your question. So let's have a look at SWOT, for example. The advantages is it lets you understand what's going on within your business, what your business's current strengths are, what their weaknesses are, what their threats are. Limitations is that it only looks at inside your business. It doesn't let you look any further out there. What would be your improvements? Well, to also analyse Porter's 5 Forces and PESTLE, and then go on to another model. Tell me what the advantages are, what the limitations are, what are your improvements? And that will theory get you your AC 1.2. Now, I'll send you some links on some websites and reading material where you can obtain information on. Don't forget to add citations into your work to really boost up that level 5 standard of writing. And if you're not sure on that, then come and email me or WhatsApp me and we'll go through how to add those citations into your text. AC 1.3 asks you to analyse a range of perspectives and approaches to business strategy. So this is a really good one. It's asking you to analyse people's different perspectives. So what are the perspectives of business strategy from an industrial point of view, from a social point of view, from a human resources point of view, from a cultural point of view? All of these different industries or these different types of people are going to have a complete different perspective on business strategy. So tell me about that. Maybe add it into a grid with industrial, social, human, and the sign, then explain to me and analyse what they are. Now, the different approaches to business strategy that you need to write about could be a growth strategy to expand into the market, a product diversification strategy, a differentiation strategy. Now, if you want some help on that, one thing that I'd really suggest you to go and research on Google is Ansof's matrix grid. Again, I'll send you the links over to that one. It's really important when you're looking at how a business should need to grow. But the approaches to growth is to grow in the market. EasyJet are growing in the market. They're expanding into different airports and doing internal European links as well as UK to Europe links. A good example of a company having a differentiation approach to strategy is Thomson Holidays. They set themselves apart from other package holidays by creating more of a unique holiday experience where they own the hotel, they own these luxury resorts. A product diversification example could be cola. They went into Cola Zero, Cola Life, different brands, different products. And that's what you need to put down within that AC 1.3. So this will give you the idea of how to write Learning Outcome 1 of Unit 1. And as well as this video,